When I first heard about comparing Vishnu's Dashavatara to Darwin's theory of evolution, I thought it sounded almost too wild to be true. Mythology and biology, could they really be telling a similar story?
It does sound like an odd mashup at first, but once you start lining up those 10 avatars with what Darwin described, the parallels are hard to ignore. I mean, you've got a fish leading the way at the beginning of both stories. That's such a neat starting point.
Exactly, and it gets even stranger in a good way the more you look. After Matsya the fish, Dashavatara brings in the tortoise, Kurma, which feels a lot like those first animals crawling out of the water in evolutionary history.
Totally, and then there's Varaha, the boar. It's almost like the myth is tracing mammalian dominance over land, just like scientists talk about mammals taking over after reptiles. It's a storytelling shortcut through millions of years.
That actually reminds me, every avatar seems to mirror a major evolutionary leap. After the boar comes Narasimha, half man and half lion, almost like nature itself wrestling with what it means to be human.
Yeah, Narasimha is fascinating. He's not quite beast, not quite man. He's that blurry line where primates are starting to evolve, sort of like the missing link. And then there's Vamana, the dwarf, which feels like our ancient human ancestors small, but on the edge of something huge.
And as we move to Parashurama, the axe-wielding warrior, we suddenly see humans discovering tools, Stone Age style. It's like myth is fast-tracking us through humanity's greatest hits.
That's the magic of these stories, isn't it? After Parashurama, there's Rama, who brings in order and civilization, just as humans move from scattered tribes to structured societies. It's as though each avatar is a metaphorical milestone.
Funny you say that, because as we hit Krishna and Buddha, the avatars stop being about survival and start exploring the mind, culture, philosophy, emotional depth. It's humanity looking inward for meaning.
And that's such a radical shift. Krishna's all about strategy and love, while Buddha stands for enlightenment and compassion. Evolution can explain how we got brains, but these avatars show how we started using them for something deeper than just survival.
Then comes Kalki, the avatar that hasn't arrived yet. I love how the story leaves the ending open, just like science. It raises that big question. What's humanity going to turn into next? Will it be technology, spiritual growth, or something we can't even imagine?
That open ending always gets me. It's almost like both the myth and the science are nudging us to keep wondering, to see ourselves as part of a journey that isn't finished. There's a sense of hope, and maybe even responsibility in that.
So here's the thing. Dashavatara isn't a science textbook, and Darwin wasn't writing mythology. But both seem to point at something bigger, that life keeps evolving, not just in form, but in meaning. Is that what draws people to these parallels?
What surprised me most is how myth gives us the why, not just the how. Dashavatara brings in morality and cosmic order dharma, while Darwin explains the process. They're two sides of the same story, one about how we change and the other about why that change matters.
And maybe that's why the comparison sticks. It reminds us we're not just clever animals, but storytellers and seekers always searching for both mechanism and meaning. Before we wrap up, there's something pretty inspiring in seeing both Dashavatara and Darwin as parts of the same epic. One gives us the poetry, the other the mechanics, but together they paint a picture of life that's always moving forward.
Exactly, and it makes you wonder what our own chapter will look like centuries from now. Are we just another step in an endless story, or are we the writers of its next act? Either way, it feels good to be reminded that change is the only constant.